Hey, welcome back to Ken's Cardboard. I'm Ken, and thanks for joining me today from another video in my basement in Colorado. It's been a week since the National, and that was such a great time. Kind of recovered from that, but had to go on another work trip. I was up in Duluth, Minnesota. It was a beautiful little town. I'd never been there, but I'm back and I'm making another video. Today we're talking about 1978 Topps, and I want to know if anybody else collects 1978 Topps. I know that John, Wade Boggs fan, is collecting some 1978 Topps. He's my buddy, a friend I met over at the National a couple of times. I think that, 1978 Topps, there's a lot of things about it that I like, and kind of got some notes here. Why I like 1978 Topps, and I don't know if other people like 1978 Topps, but for me it's a lot about nostalgia. It's about when I was a young kid. I was born in 1970, so I was 8 years old in 78, and one of the things on the cards is the script on the bottom for the team name, and that always reminded me of my Little League uniforms when I was younger, and we'd always have script names on our jersey, shirts. I wouldn't really call them jerseys. They're just like pullover shirts, but I felt like a big leaguer because I had a script name on my uniform because I looked at, the 1978 Topps cards. It was also the first year that I started opening packs, and I got into baseball cards. Didn't know they were a thing before then because my dad did not collect them, but a couple things that I like about Topps, 78 Topps, is the All-Star logo that's on there. I mentioned the script. Also, I like the just the simplicity of it, and the design. I also like the manager cards. It was the last time they made a manager card until 1983. In 1979 through 81, Topps combined the team cards with the manager card. They would put a picture of the manager up in the corner, so they combined the two cards in the sets. And then in 1982, I don't think Topps even had manager cards at all. So, but in 1983, they brought them back. So I do like the manager cards. It has the dual picture with the older black and white, and then a current photo at the time. So, some of the facts, some of the things I don't like about the 78 cards. They're not perfect. I don't like the cardboard stock that they're on. They don't get great grades. As you know, I'm working on my 1978 Topps project. If you've seen my past videos, I have about 20 cards in SGC grade 7 or higher, and I'm only collecting about 60, probably 60 to 70 cards that are going to be graded in the set. The set is a total of 726 cards, so about 10% probably I'll get in SGC grade 7 or higher. And so one of the things I don't like about the 78 Topps is they don't have team logos on the front, which I prefer. And then also, I'm not a really big fan of the rookie prospects cards, the foreign one with the yellow borders. They're not my favorite, but they're okay. So there's some good players that are on those foreign ones. So I do not have any of those yet in my collection, but they're on my list. So speaking of lists, the cards, they came in since 1974, Topps started doing just a single series instead of multiple series like they do today, or even before 74. So it was 726 card set. That meant that there was 66 cards that were double printed on like the last page, and that includes one of the the Pete Rose rookie card. You can go online, you can find a lot of Pete Rose Pete Rose 1978 Topps, and they're double printed, so you see a lot of those on there. I don't know the whole list of what was double printed, but I know that Rose is one of them. You can go on Baseball Cardpedia, and they can probably tell you which ones are double printed. Great website. That's where I got a lot of information from. 14 cards came in a pack. They also came in cello packs, which were about 30 cents a pack. The regular packs are about 20 cents a pack, retail. Rack packs were about 59 cents, and you got 39 cards. And then they also had vending boxes, which had 500 cards. And I'll talk a little bit about vending boxes in a minute here. Today you can buy a 78 Tops wax pack on like eBay for between 60, I don't know, 50 something to $100. I would not do that. These packs are so easy to open and reseal, like with wax and stuff, so wouldn't take the risk on that. Obviously you can buy some that are graded, or maybe something that's been authenticated by a baseball card exchange, but not on my list of things to do. I did buy a just a wrapper for a few bucks on the 78 Tops. The wrapper there, you could send in some wrappers, and you could get a all 26 team card checklist. So checklist you could get for each team. So, and that's cool that they broke it down by the team. So I've never seen those cards. Maybe they're around somewhere. They would be hand cut because it came out. I believe they came on one sheet. So, what else? They also, and Burger King also had a set that parallels of the 1978 Top set, but they were only distributed in Texas, I think Dallas, Houston, Detroit, and New York. So they had teams for the Astros, Rangers, Tigers, and Yankees. And what's cool about some of those cards, like the Tigers had some really good players like Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, and Jack Morris that were all on the 4-in-1 cards in the regular set, but the Burger King cards have them on individual cards. So you can't really tell they're Burger King cards unless you look at the back. The front you really can't tell, but they're really cool looking cards. A little harder to find and good shape. Also O-Pee-Chee made cards that parallel the 1978 Tops as well. So as I mentioned, vending boxes. So I got, when I was showing one of my other 1978 Tops videos that I had, another YouTuber reached out to me. His name is Blix Cards. I'll put a link down to his channel below. He makes a few videos. He likes to grade cards and collects vintage as well. So again, I ask, does anybody collect 1978 Tops? Would like to know that. If you do, I know people put complete sets together, but I'm not going to put Mike as a complete set together. I do have a Dodgers team set. But he reached out to me and said he had a few 1978 Tops that he had graded from SGC, and that was right up my alley. And we had a little conversation. So I'm going to turn around on my camera here and show you what he sent me, and talk a little bit about 1978 Tops set that I'm working on. All right, so Ben over at Blix Cards, great fella. Unfortunately, he had a slip and fell at a restaurant, I believe, and ended up breaking his wrist. So put him in a bind on a few things with his health. Hopefully, Ben, if you're watching this, that you're healing, and definitely appreciate you sending me these cards and reaching out to me. And we talked about like working a deal. He sent me, he had several vending boxes of 1978 Tops, and he had them sent in and get graded. So one of the cards he got graded was, and I think I actually bought a couple of cards from him off of eBay. This, as I mentioned, the manager card that I like with the 2 photos. Of course, the legend Tommy Lasorda, Hall of Famer. And the 8. This looks so clean in the SGC slab, in my opinion. Got the old school Brooklyn Dodgers photo there, cool. And the script that I mentioned before. But this is a really clean card. The vending boxes kept the cards really nice and clean. And sit here on my stand that I got from Drew over at Vintage Legacy. Drew the Vintage Legacy, thanks Drew for that. But he sent me like I think 11 cards, and they're not graded. He sent in a bunch that he got were high grades, and I sent him a list of my cards that I still needed for my set, and he had 11 cards of those. So let's go through those. First one up is this, and I'm going to send these in to SGC to get them graded. I haven't looked at them over in detail yet, but I think they're all pretty in good shape. So first one up is a Fergie Jenkins. I wanted to get that because he won the Cy Young in '77. So, and he's also a Hall of Famer. Actually, I'm not positive. I don't think he won the Cy Young. I made a mistake on that. But I need to look that up. Who did win the Cy Young in '77? But Fergie Jenkins. I'm only collecting the Hall of Famers. Forget why I added Dwight Evans to the list here, but not really clean looking cards. When I was at the National, I didn't pick up any 78 Topps cards. I first started collecting 78 Topps in the SGC holders at this 2023 National in Chicago, and I picked up like 4 cards there with walking around with my buddy Dylan. Picked up this, Ben sent me this Don Sutton. I love the All-Star logo, so I'm getting all the All-Stars as well as the Hall of Famers. Don Sutton happens to be both, as well as Joe Morgan. This is a little off-center, but I think I'm still going to send that in. Love the smile on Joe's face. Here's a Greg Luzinski All-Star, not a Hall of Famer. Then we also have the record breakers. I love having record breakers in the sets. Most times 2 home runs in ending lifetime. 77 record breaker, Willie McCovey. 17th. He has 18 times he hit 2 home runs in most. No. Willie McCovey hit 2 homers in 1 inning in 6/27/70 to set the one big league mark and set another NL standard. It marked the 2nd time in his career he had accomplished the feat, with one while it being a grand slammer. Stretch set the new senior circuit record with 17 blasts with full bags. He hit 18 later in his campaign. So grand slams too for Stretch McCovey. There's another non-Hall of Famer. Maybe that's controversial, but I love this Dave Parker card. Great image of him. Love the pinstripes on the Pittsburgh's uniform, the yellow batting helmet, and of course got the All-Star logo. This is a little more off-center too, but still a crispy clean card. Here's Stretch again, a little off-center as well. Nice card. Tommy John. I just wanted to get the Tommy John card. Not an All-Star. Did have 21 season that though in '77. Phil Niekro, Hall of Famer. And then Jim Rice, Hall of Famer. These are some great looking cards. I'll double check all those before I send them in. Make sure there's no creases or dings and whatnot, because I'm trying to collect them, like I said, in the 7s and 8s. And some of these cards are like, for example, Willie McCovey. They don't show up a lot in SGC already graded, or the Dave Parker. You find them, they're pretty hard, so, or pretty pricey. I mean, so like Greg Luzinski, you never see this card in the SGC online. You see the standard players like George Brett, Robin Yount, Eddie Murray, Nolan Ryan, Reggie Jackson, those ones. But let's see where we get with those, Ben. And you and I were going to work out a deal on how to come up with some type of compensation for sending me all these cards. So got it on video here, and thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the channel, and I hope you have a great weekend, and it's blessed greater than you can imagine. Peace.